What's up, you guys? So I'm back with a new video, and surprise, surprise, if you haven't seen it, NeNe Leakes called out Porsha Williams in a video she posted to her social media last night, saying that her and Porsha were both casted to be on Netflix's Upshaws. And when Porsha found out she would be working with NeNe, she pulled out. She pulled out of the role, and she told the people she had some type of ongoing issue with NeNe and she didn't want to work with NeNe. So we're going to get into that in this video. But first, if you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And everyone, click the thumbs up button. Support your girl. All right, you guys. So last night, NeNe posted what I would consider to be an explosive video calling out Porsha. And I feel like for NeNe to do that, considering that she's friends with Porsha and knows that Porsha is going through a divorce, for NeNe to do that was big. But when I watched the video and I saw why NeNe was calling out Porsha, I felt like NeNe was within her rights. Like, what's done in the dark is going to come to light. And apparently, Porsha told the production company that produces the Upshaws that she would not work with NeNe because of some type of issue they had going on. And considering that NeNe has had so many issues in the past, being that she sued NBC and sued Bravo, considering that, you would think Porsha would tread a little more lightly and not make those type of statements about NeNe, who she calls her big sis. But allegedly, that's what Porsha did. And so NeNe last night brought it to light.
A disappointing video, but nonetheless, here goes. So earlier this week, I was told by my management company that the Netflix scripted series called The Upshaws were interested in casting me for a part. In Upshaws, it's Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes. Directing this particular episode is Kim Fields. I was excited to do it. It's a comedy. I love comedy. I used to have a comedy show out on the road. Some of you guys know. So comedy is something that I love to do and was really happy to do it. As the talks went on, we agreed upon whatever we agreed upon. I was to fly out to LA on Tuesday. They told me that Porsha Williams Gubadia was also playing in this particular series. She would be side by side with me. Excited. I haven't seen Porsha. We always have a good laugh when we see each other. So I was just like, okay, so me and Porsha are going to kill this part. I get to LA on Tuesday. They tell me to go straight to the studios. I need to go into wardrobe. Once I got into wardrobe, I'd chosen to wear like this silver color. They showed me a picture of Porsha. They said Porsha's wearing something similar in color, and maybe I would choose something else because we were going to be, side by side doing this scene. No problem. I gave them a whole different look. They told me we were going to be having rehearsal. At rehearsal, I didn't see Porsha. There was a stand-in. We broke for lunch. We came back. We were going to do a whole run-through. I still didn't see Porsha. I'm just waiting to see Porsha, right? I'm excited to see Porsha. I'm like, well, I want to, wait till Porsha on set. So me and her can chop it up. So Porsha never came. We wrapped for the evening. I went back to my hotel. When I got to my hotel, production called me and asked me if I had any issues with any housewives because they were going to be recasting the other position. And I was like, oh my God, no, like what? And they were going to recast the position that Porsha was playing. And I was like, what? Why? And they said, do you have any issues with Kim Zolciak, Cynthia Bailey, Marlo Hampton? And I was like, no, like I just saw Kim recently and we talked. I talked to Cynthia Bailey often. I talked to Marlo Hampton often. No, like they ultimately cast Cynthia Bailey and she was flown out to LA on Wednesday. We did the part together. I was later told that Porsha did not show up to work and had said that she did not want to work with me, that we had issues from the past. and she did not want to work with me. Let me take that in for a second. Listen, I am more than disappointed. Porsha and I have double dated a few times, okay? Okay. Simon had a birthday. We were all in Miami together. We hung out for the whole weekend to celebrate Simon's birthday. We all decided one weekend to go to Vegas to see Usher. We all went to Vegas to see Usher, couples. I was in Dubai. Porsha and Simon were in Dubai. We all hung out. Yanni and I have gone to Simon and Porsha's home to hang out, party, drink. My son came over, brought hookahs. We ate African food, had a great time. Of course, Porsha had a wedding, and I'm at her wedding. I've seen Porsha in Atlanta out. We've laughed and talked. I am shocked that Porsha would go to a production company. I am shocked to hear that Porsha would go to a production company and say that she doesn't want to work with me because we've had a lot of issues in the past. What lots of issues that we had in the past. Mind you guys, I haven't been a housewife in over 4.5 years, okay? Besides that, as black women, okay, when you call a black woman angry, difficult, we've got problems, I can't work with them on set, that is a death trap for a black woman in the industry. We don't have any issues that we can't work together. We are professionals. We get on set and we work together and do what we got to do. Your issues in the past, if you had to pick a housewife, it certainly wouldn't be with me. It would have been with Kenya. It would have been with Candy. Those were your major issues. We've had petty things. We're on a reality show. So we obviously are going to have some sort of issues, but we've not had anything where we could not work together. Sad and disappointed that Porsha would go to any company and say that she's had issues with me and we cannot work together. That is a lie. I text her. So it's not like I'm doing this video, I didn't text her. I text her. And she sent me a text back saying that she's going through her divorce and I didn't reach out to little sis. Are you serious? You and your husband were just happy and smiling in Dubai. I thought you guys were having a fight and maybe you guys are going to get back together. I don't know what y'all personal business are. I don't want to be nosy, okay? I don't want to invade your privacy. Maybe you need some time. I don't know what you need. I was happy to see her and talk to her and chop it up then. I don't want to pry. Yes, Yanni and Simon are hanging out together, but that has nothing to do with me. I'm not hanging out with Simon. Yanni's hanging out with Simon. I can't change this relationship with that man. I wouldn't let him change my relationship with Porsha. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing that you would do that. It's very disappointing. And people need to stop. They need to stop doing that. That's not right. When Porsha and I were on Housewives together, she was divorcing her first husband, and I fought for Porsha to stay on the show. I went to production and talked to whoever I needed to talk to at Bravo to just put my 2 cents in that I felt like she should stay on the show. When she drugged Kenya off that couch, she was saying all kind of things. I got down on my knees and put my hand over her mouth so that she wouldn't dig herself into a bigger hole than she was already in. The bottom line is Porsha did not want to share the spotlight. That's it. And professionals can share the spotlight. Porsha is not a star. She is a Bravo celebrity. Be clear. Mm-hmm.
Are you guys, so y'all heard NeNe say Porsha is not the star that she thinks she is. Like, the behavior that Porsha is exhibiting does not match up to her star power. She's not the star that she thinks she is. She's just a Bravo celebrity. And I want to talk about this. I feel like NeNe gets a bad rap. Like, people look at NeNe as a diva in the entertainment industry. Like, she's hard to work with and she's a diva. And I feel like all of that may be true. All of that probably is true. NeNe probably is or was at some point in time a diva, But I also know that there are other women of other races who are also divas, and they don't get treated the way NeNe was treated, to the point where she felt like she had to sue Bravo and sue NBC. That is what caused, the downfall of NeNe's career. Like when NeNe says she can't get casted, it's because she sued NBC. Like they're a giant in the entertainment industry. But it seems that the reason she got to that point is because of the way people were reacting to her being a diva, her as a Black woman being a diva. And you can see that because we also have Kim Zolciak. Kim Zolciak also became what some people would consider a star. And she appeared to be a diva. And the way she was treated by Bravo and NBC was completely different than NeNe. NeNe was fired and Kim got a spinoff. Kim acted like a Karen on that show, but she still got a spinoff show and she was still able to get work. So you can see there's a difference in the way a Black woman was treated when she acted like a diva and the way a white woman was treated when she acted like a diva. And so Porsha, knowing that, still decided to play that card and say, me and NeNe have ongoing issues. I can't film with her. She still decided to play that card against who she calls her big sis. And it appears that Porsha was saying that NeNe owed her some type of loyalty, some type of allegiance because they're big sis, little sis. Like they have that type of friendship. But it doesn't seem that she was giving that to NeNe. Like friendship goes both ways. And for most people who are not self-centered, most people can see that. But it seems that Porsha may be self-centered and doesn't see it goes both ways. For Porsha to add to that conversation about NeNe being hard to work with, not wanting to work with NeNe, for Porsha to add to that conversation about a woman that she calls her sister, to me, it's not okay. It's not sisterly. It's not sisterhood. And in my opinion, it is not okay. So even when it comes to her and NeNe, I doubt NeNe was surprised by Porsha's divorce. It was not a shocking divorce. It was not a shocking divorce. Porsha is not a victim, and Porsha is not a girl's girl. And I feel like with her being around women for it has to be like 13, 14 years that she was casted on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And just as a woman, period, in this society, like a patriarchal society where you can see it's a man's world, most women try to stick together. Like we try to be girls, because we understand each other. And so for Porsha to be in this circle of women for over a decade and still not evolve into a girl's girl where you have your sister's back, to me, it's like she's headed down the wrong road. Girl, you're going down the wrong road, Porsha. You're going down the wrong road. And so Porsha has all these things on her social media now about self-care. Like, she's going through it because she's going through a divorce. So she's posted all about self-care and, she's working out. She's doing these different things in the name of self-care. But I also feel like part of self-care is not just physical, but it's also like emotionally, mentally. You have to care for yourself. And part of caring for yourself is reflecting on your own behavior and asking yourself, like, well, what part did I play in this? Like, what did I do to get myself in this situation? And it doesn't seem like Porsha does that. It doesn't seem like she reflects on herself. It doesn't seem like she takes accountability for her own actions. And I'm glad NeNe called her out because I feel like we're in the era of accountability and what's done in the dark is going to come to light. Even though some people automatically assume NeNe is in the wrong, like off rip, some people automatically assume that. I'm still glad that NeNe called her out and brought to light what Porsha did because her career is affected by it. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the situation. What do you think about Porsha allegedly telling the production at Netflix that she can't work with NeNe? What do you think about her telling them that, considering the issues that NeNe has had getting casted in Hollywood? And what do you think about NeNe putting it on Front Street, putting it on her social media and calling out Porsha? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.